Kings and queens, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Vecna, or the Lich, is finally here in Dead by Daylight. We are live on Twitch as well, twitch.tv/theking. You can see the chat up there. Come on over, head on out. We're going to be here testing out all of the gameplay, figuring everything out with the new map as well. We'll have another video showing you guys all of that stuff as well with the gameplay and the Mori coming up soon. For now, it is time to take a look at the power, the perks, and the new survivor as well as their perks. So let's jump on it. First of all, we have Vile Darkness, the power for Vecna. This gives you the ability to have a spell book. This spell book has 4 different spells. The first one is Mage Hand. It creates a magical hand that lifts down pallets or blocks upright pallets for 4 seconds. The next one is Flight of the Dam. It conjures 5 flying entities that pass through obstacles and injure survivors. You can compare this to the Crows of the Artist, except it's in a cone range. We have the Dispelling Sphere, where you can cast a moving invisible sphere that reveals survivors and temporarily disables any magical items that they have. And you have the Fly ability, which makes you briefly move faster, and you also ignore vaults and pallets. Here are the magical items that the survivors can equip. These will be in the form of boots and gauntlets. The first one allows the survivor to reveal the aura of affected pallets and applies haste for 3 seconds. The second one reveals the aura of Flight of the Dam. The third one makes the Dispelling Sphere visible. And the final one reveals the Lich's aura during fly and for a few seconds after. So essentially, if they have any of these magical items, the proper one will determine whenever the Lich or Vecna is using that specified magic. There's also some special items that aid survivors, the Hand and the Eye of Vecna. For the Hand of Vecna, if a survivor enters a locker, they'll be teleported to the further locker. So essentially, you go in and you literally Houdini teleport. The next one is the Eye of Vecna. And if you fast exit a locker, it'll be like quick and quiet. There'll be no noise notification. And this will grant you haste for 12 seconds. So that's pretty cool. I like it. This is going to be really interesting. And I think it's going to have a high skill cap going through every single spell. And we'll have some gameplay, as I said later, showcasing all of this. Let's take a look at these fantastic perks that we have for Vecna as well. The first one is Dark Arrogance. Essentially, you are blinded and stunned 25% more. The duration is increased by 25%. However, in return, your vault speed will be 20% faster. You can combine this with something like Bamboozle to have some good effects with it. And overall, I think it's pretty solid if it's combined with the right perks. It's definitely more tailored to be used on some of the killers that are faster, I feel, like a hillbilly or something like that. Next on the list is Languid Touch. Definitely butchered that name, but you guys can go at me in the comments. And it says, when a survivor is within 36 meters of you and scares a crow, you gain the Exhausted status effect for 10 seconds. This perk has a 20-second cooldown. So for 36 meters, anyone scares a crow, they'll literally be exhausted. You can combine this with probably the other crow perk. I forgot the name of it, actually. But yeah, pretty cool. Finally, we have Weave Attunement. And survivors within 8 meters of a dropped item will have their auras revealed to you. Woohoo! It says also, I forgot to read the first part, when the item becomes depleted for the first time, it will be dropped and you'll see the aura of the dropped items. And it says, when a survivor picks up a survivor item, they will suffer the Oblivious status effect for 30 seconds. So this can really be combined with Franklin's. It'll be pretty good. Getting people to drop their items, they pick them back up, you see their aura. You also know when items are depleted, so you'll always be getting information, and it definitely works out well. And yes, Spies from the Shadows was the previous perk that I was mentioning. So there is Vecna. He also has some cool voice lines. We're going to take a look at his gameplay and his Mori a little bit later, but you can get a good look at Vecna there. In case you are curious about the add-ons, you are welcome to pause the video. I will hover over every single one. You're welcome to pause the video and take a look at all of them. I'll take a look at these a little bit after the fact when I play them, because I don't really know what most of these add-ons do and what I'll need help with. So you can pause the video at any point in time or watch on a slower speed to take a look and see what all of these add-ons do. And hopefully they're good. Hopefully they can do us some justice. I'm sure there's going to be tons of good add-ons because there's so many different things that you can do when it comes down to your spells. There's literally 4 different spells. So there should be quite a lot of variety when it comes down to the add-ons. Okay, it is time to take a look on the other side now with our brand new survivor. And here we go. This is awesome. We got Aestri coming on in, and I believe you are able to select between 2 different variations. So here we go. You can see the 2 different variations. And I realize my cam's in the way, so 1 second. All right. Oh, and we got a little song. Nice. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, let's take a look at some of these perks really quickly. Head on over to the perk section. And let's take a look at the perks that we got here. So, the first one is Bardic Inspiration. Press the active ability button when standing and motionless to enter the performance interaction that lasts up to 15 seconds and empowers survivors within 16 meters. This will allow you to roll a dice of 20. This effect lasts for 60 seconds if the performance is completed. So, depending on what roll you get of this dice, similar to D&D, will determine what you get. If you get a 1, you'll scream and nothing happens. 2 to 10, you'll get skill checks that give you 1% progress. 11 to 19 will give you 2% progress on your skill checks. And a perfect 20 will get you skill checks that give you 3% progress. When the ability is cancelled or the performance is complete, this has a cooldown of 60 seconds. So essentially, if you're lucky, you can get yourself 3% progress, do the skill checks for a total minute, as well as your friends, and it'll be pretty good. Next on the list is Mirrored Illusion, probably one of my favorite perks. And it says this perk activates after completing a total of 50% worth of repairs on generators. Press the ability button when next to a generator, totem, chest, or exit gate to spawn a static illusion that lasts for 2 minutes. So you literally can spawn another version of you, and if the killer hits you, I don't know what happens. Maybe it laughs or something, but yeah, you can spawn literally a bamboozle illusion of yourself, which is pretty damn funny. And finally, we have Still Sight. After standing still for 4 seconds, this perk activates. Until you start moving, you see the aura of the killer, as well as all the generators and chests within 18 meters. Or does that say 10? That says 18. Sorry, it was a little bit small for me. So 18 meters. So this is essentially like the boon perk that you have, except it works for yourself. It's a little bit smaller radius with 18 meters, but that's still a nice one. I think this can be really good. Information is always key. But there you go, everybody watching over on YouTube. That is the newest chapter to join the Fog, the Dungeons and Dragons chapter. It's going to be good. We're going to take a look at the gameplay. We're going to take a look at the Mori. We're going to take a look at the new map. We're going to test out the die. I'll have a video ready for you guys, but if you want to watch it live right now, head on over to twitch.tv/theking. It's going to be super fun. It's going to be a movie out here, so hopefully we see you guys. That's pretty much going to do it for me, though. As always, I'm the King. I tip my crown to you guys, and we'll see you in the fog.